As
What's up, guys? It's your boy Big Slankin. I'm here with the French American bodybuilder NPC
yeah,
Nick Pellerin.
not Perlin, bro.
Not
Pellerin.
Perlin, Pellerin.
Yes.
We're here. We're going to answer some of your guys' questions today that we got on our Instagrams and Facebooks and stuff. So we're going to keep doing these every week for you guys. And also, it's sponsored by Slankin Mania all day, every day. Get your favorite pump
Let's
product at
go.
slankinmania.com. Let's
Game
go.
changers.
Yeah. So how was your week this week, brother?
That was good, man. It's going good so far. I'm making another big business move this weekend, so I'm excited for that. And I got a little knee injury going on, but I mean, it's part of bodybuilding, bro. So it's nothing major. I got it worked on today. And I'm taped up right now. But I mean, everything's good with me, man. I mean, business is doing well. Got another client on board. So, just feeling blessed, man. How about you?
Yeah, I got another client this week too, and then I had a conversation with two store owners in Virginia. They're wanting to carry the slank mode, the high stem, and the pump.
Oh, nice.
So they want to get 12 of each flavor, and for both the stores to start out. And
There you
so
go.
I had that call today, and then I had me some protein house to celebrate. Walked on the treadmill for 30 minutes, and just been doing stuff around the house.
Yeah. That's our lifestyle, brother. Love it.
I know I'm going to get the PMU on my head, get this hairline fixed up.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You're taking
Weekend
PMU.
on Sunday. We're gonna get that head tap going.
You had that full mullet going for a while there, didn't you?
Yeah, I had the mullet, man. I need to.
Did you just shave it? You just wanted to change it up?
Yeah, my hairline was getting real bad, and I just had like no hair on the sides. And I just had like these big bangs that scooped back. I mean, it didn't look that bad. Like maybe like if you had to rate like a perfect hairdo, like at a 10 out of 10, I was probably like a 6.
A six.
Yeah. So
Love it. Dude.
I
I
wasn't
couldn't even tell from Instagram. It was hard to tell, but
I wasn't living on a prayer. You know what I mean? It was there.
yeah, yeah.
And we were halfway there.
Yeah, you're a half
Living
slank
on,
on
but we weren't living on a prayer.
the
But anyway, let's get into a couple of these questions here. So I'll have you read off the questions today.
Yeah, I got a few good ones here. All right, so the first one I got is how did you get started with, or how did you start with your first client? So do you want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
Start with my first client, like how I obtained them, or like how did I?
Yeah, it just says, how did you start with your first client? So I guess maybe you could answer it like, how did you get your first client? Like, what were the steps?
So the first person I started helping, his name was Jared Taylor, and actually I went to school with him since middle school when we were on a bowling team with him and his brother and another guy. It was two Jareds, a Justin and me. I hurt my knee actually in middle school, and they wouldn't let me play basketball my eighth grade year, and so I ended up joining a bowling team. It was called Triple J, and there was two twins and then this other guy, and then there was me, and he ended up being my first client in 2013. His name was Jared Taylor, and I helped him lose a bunch of body fat and showed him how to work out, and I ended up doing some personal training sessions in the gym with him as well.
Heck yeah. I'm trying to, as you were talking, I'm trying to remember back and actually who was my first real client. Um, I think my first real client, this was like 2 years ago, and this was back when I was not charging what I am charging now for coaching. And I think that I was helping him. His name was Jacob, and I was helping him out like online for like $80 a month, and then just helping him out in person too, down the road at the gym I go to now, but it's not Smash. It was called Health and Strength, and I was helping him there. And then it just kind of just picked up one after another after another. I mean, once you get your first like three, bro, I feel like, and you start posting transformations and you start posting their updates, like you just start getting more and more and more. But yeah, I think my first client just came from Instagram, and he was like a friend of a friend, you know.
Mm.
It's like, hey, bro, like he's always asking me questions about what I'm doing, how I'm doing this, how I'm doing that. I'm like, well, why don't you just let me coach you and show you, so you
Right.
learn for yourself, you know.
Right.
So I feel like it helps, like, for us, like we have the knowledge, but then we also have like the physique to like, help ourselves grow. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I understand.
You
Like
got that slank physique going.
we got to slank it up, baby. You know what
Slank
it
it up.
is.
Yes. Do you want me to pick another one, or you got a question?
Yeah, just I'll have you read them off today.
Okay. What's your favorite aspect of coaching?
My favorite aspect is coaching. So I really enjoy when I get emails from clients that like said that I really, really like changed their life or made them feel like better about themselves. Cause that stuff, it really makes me feel good. Like I'm really helping people. You know what I mean? It's not just like a transactional like money thing. Like, yeah, you make money, but it's like when somebody says like, bro, like you really helped me out through like my divorce and kept me like sane and helped me on like my goal and stuff like that. That stuff makes me feel really good when I have clients send me emails like that.
Yeah, that I mean, that's like kind of where I'm at too. I remember like I've been getting some text message recently, just like about how I'm helping clients like not only in their fitness journey, but just in like their mental journey and just like having so much more confidence. Cause I mean, it feels good when you have somebody that's trying to lose weight and they can not only improve their health and they're obviously look better in the mirror, but just like their overall, mental well-being, just having more confidence in themselves. I feel like it's like the biggest reward. So helping somebody not necessarily in their fitness, but helping them like with their mental game and just like how they think of themselves, their self-confidence, I would say, is helping somebody with their self-confidence. And because I feel like that is going to touch more aspects of their life than just, looking better and in check-ins and just having lower body weight is, feeling more confident in their skin, I would say is my biggest.
Right.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. All right, we got another good one on here. Let's see. How do you stay disciplined in daily life? So I'm
Um,
assuming she's referring to this as how do you stay disciplined in daily life as a bodybuilder?
I always feel like, how many days can you be perfect? It's like when you say you're going to do a show in 6 months, and you don't really have to start your diet until at a certain date. So it's like, how many days can I just be perfect up until that day? You know what I mean? Because I feel like all those days count. So I'm always thinking about like the end goal, and not just a short-term like satisfaction thing. It's just like, how many days can I be
Yeah,
perfect? I want to win this show. Let's just stick to the plan. Like I just think about the end result.
right. Yeah, the end result, the light at the end of the tunnel.
Right.
Yeah. How do I say discipline in my daily life as a bodybuilder? I would say honestly, man, just because this is, how I put food on my table, like not only with the coaching and, the business, but I mean, this is like my sanity too. So just I know that if I'm not disciplined and my physique starts going backwards, I know that I'm not gonna be able to put as much energy into being good with my clients and being a good coach and being a good friend, being a good family member, just because I won't have that mental aspect of if I'm like slacking up on my meals or slacking up on my training, like I just won't think of myself as highly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you don't want to slack, you want to slank. That's
Dude,
what I heard.
yeah, exactly. No slacking, only slanking.
Okay, quick commercial break. You guys want to get huge and cute, just like this hat says, and you want to get skin tearing pumps that's going to make you feel like your arm's going to explode. Get Slink Pump Matrix in grape or blue cotton candy. Slinkomania.com. You already know what it is.
.com. Code, code,
.com.
code bodies by Nick. Code bodies.
Bodies by Nick.
Yes. Plugging the little slate plug. Um,
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. All right. How long have you been training? Oh, wait, hold on. How long have you been training? And then how long have you been training as a bodybuilder? So I'll let you go first.
So I started working out. What we did workouts when we were in school and stuff, but they weren't like geared towards bodybuilding. I don't really think they really knew what they were doing. I think they just found something and they just had us we did the same exercises every time we went to the gym for football.
Mhm.
Like the jammer press. I don't know if you know what that machine is, the
The
jammer
jammer
press.
press.
It looks like an incline hammer press, but there's
Uh,
no seat. It's an empty like cage thing, and you have the handles. And instead of doing chest press, you lean back and you throw the weight up, and like you're
oh
probably
yeah, yeah. Okay, I've seen that. Yeah, it's like a football move. Yeah.
yeah. So they made us do that. They made us do bench press and lunges and squats and side raises. And then we did stuff outside. So I don't really count that as like bodybuilding training. Like that was just like working out at school with the football team for, playing sports. And then I started working out more for bodybuilding when I came back from basic training back in So I came back from basic training in December 2007. And then when I started working out was after I went on vacation in 2008. I went to Myrtle Beach with my girlfriend at the time and my mom, my grandparents, my brother. And I was 225 and like I didn't work out. So like I kind of had like a little bit of a belly and like I just didn't look like myself because I played so active in sports. And then once I
You
went
look
to
like a
sports
slank.
anymore, I was
You
slinking.
weren't slanking.
I wasn't slanking
Now you're
then.
slanking.
You know what I mean? So yeah, so once I realized I saw these pictures, I was like, man, I don't really look that great. I need to, work out a little bit. So my neighborhood, my childhood friend that lived down the street, his dad was in a natural bodybuilding and we started working out at the end of 2008. We did like some workouts out of a magazine. Lane Norton, we had a Lane Norton, it was called like
Lane,
the Lane Norton's like a fat program. It was like a powerlifting, hypertrophy bodybuilding style training. And it had like speed days, but we really didn't understand what speed days were at that point in time. But we just followed, we took the magazine to the gym and we just did whatever the magazine said. And
legit old school stuff. I like it.
yeah, so that was at the end of 2008. And I remember I bought my Jay Cutler mass stack. I told my mom about this today. I had this big black backpack that said Muscle Tech on it. And I had Nitro Tech and it had a warning on the label. It said like, don't consume this product if you choke easily because it was like the protein was so thick or something.
So thick, yeah.
It was so thick, yeah. So you got like, so in the Jay Cutler mass stack, you got the bag, you got the Nitro Tech protein, you got the Cell Tech 5-pound tub, which was like 42 grams of sugar per serving and like 5 grams of creatine blend. And it was like this fruit punch flavor. And I thought it tasted amazing. I was ready to get huge.
It's like drinking chalk.
Yeah, it had a lot of calories in it. I remember drinking it, bro, when I was in the military. I'd sit there at lunch and I remember I would do like the serving of it. Like I followed it to the T. And then I could never take pills back then. And it came with like leucine pills. You had to take 6 of these like horse looking things. And they had it was called Lou Kick, Gag Kick, and Cree Kick. And I don't remember the Gag Kick might have been glutamine. I don't know. And then leucine was the Lou Kick. And then the Cree Kick was the creatine pills.
Oh,
so I was taking the creatine pills and the Cell Tech, bro. I was trying to get
you were really trying to get
trying, bro.
You're trying.
Yeah, so that was at the end of 2008. And then I started taking BCAAs and I was following Mark Lobliner and the Civation team, Rob Moran and Derek Charleboy, or however you say his name, all those guys. Then that's because Lane Norton and we were doing all his workouts. And then I went to a bodybuilding show in 2009 and in February was the 2009 INBF Buckeye Classic. And the promoter of that show is Rich Loro. He owned Beyond Limits Training, and I ended up being my first bodybuilding trainer. So then I trained all 2009 for bodybuilding, and then I hired Rich after I came back from a deployment. I went to Qatar, and then I came back for a month and a half, and then I went to Turkey for 2 weeks, and then I came back, and then I started my bodybuilding prep. And then about 6 or 8 weeks into that, I hired Rich in 2010, and he took me to my first show at the INBF Cardinal Classic up in Youngstown, Ohio, which I ended up winning my novice heavyweight class there. Damn. So since 2000, I know it took a long time to answer that question, but I had to give you some backstory.
Oh yeah, for real.
How I got into working out. So it was all from the basic training and gaining weight, coming back from basic and working out with my friend. So we all started training for bodybuilding basically the end of 2008, the beginning of 2009.
Damn. Okay. So you've been at it for more than a decade.
Yeah. Competing since 2010. So this is year 13, man.
Wow. That's impressive, man. My backstory is definitely not anything like that. I mean, I was a baseball player my whole life. I mean, I played football up until about freshman year, and then I just played baseball. I'm from New Hampshire, so I'm from way up north, and we didn't even really have a gym in our high school, man. I mean, we had one, but they literally had nothing. So I was just doing like basic workouts in my basement. And then, I moved out here when I was either 18 or 19, and that's really when I started to get into training. I remember I met Chris, you know the guy Chris who's with us now on the Slankin
Yeah,
Mania
yeah,
team?
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I met Chris at a gym called Mid Cave down here, and I remember I was like 18 years old, and I just see it, and he was a monster back then too. And I was like, went up to him, I'm like, hey bro, like I'm just curious, can I pick your brain? And he was like, was just the nicest guy about it. I was like, yeah, bro, like anything you need, like let me know. And he was just telling me like, dude, like you should really like take this serious. Like, you know, you look like you can put on size, like, and he asked me what I'm doing, and it's, you know, it's nothing to what I'm doing now. Like I was barely eating, barely training, and I was just kind of playing summer league ball. I was literally training like 2 days a week. He's like, bro, like I'm telling you, like quit baseball and start doing this full time. So then I listened to his advice, and then he ended up coaching me for a while, kind of just took me under his wing, and then I just fell in love with it, man. And then yeah, it just ever since then training started evolving. Worked with a couple coaches here and there, learned a ton of information from them. And then I was doing my own thing for a while. And just over time, man, you just get better and better and better. You start learning more about yourself. So yeah, that's my story. And now I'm training like a bodybuilder.
What did you well, how long you played baseball forever and you were playing summer league ball? Like, so you were trying to like make AAA and go pro,
Yeah,
like what?
that was my dream originally. Like to be in the MLB was my dream. I mean, what are the chances of that, right? But I was just so into baseball, but I didn't have any idea of behind like strength training. Like I literally didn't work out at all. Like I just played and that was it. Like I would do like cardio training, that was it. I mean, I was a good player, but you know, I really didn't spend the years like in the gym training. And I feel like if I did, it really would have helped my game, of course. But and then I kind of just gave it up and I just fell in love with training. And I really started loving training more than actually playing baseball. So I'm like, well, I love this training more. And it, you know, I don't have to spend so much time away from my family because I mean, up north, like I was taking weekends and driving all over the place. Literally had no time to myself, but did to just practice. And then, you know, I enjoyed it, but I don't know, man. I just fell in love with training in the gym so much more, and it was so much rewarding for me. And I knew that like my chances of making money off baseball were slim. And I'm like, well, I can make money off of this eventually. So I just stuck with that.
Okay.
So
What position were
yeah.
you playing baseball?
Mainly third base and like relief pitcher. So I was like a power athlete. Like I didn't have the finesse. I was just all power. So third base. I was always like a pretty big kid, even without training at all. I mean, I think I was like 220 in high school without even touching a weight. You know, I was just a heavier kid.
Oh
So
wow.
yeah. You
Yeah.
were skinny, right? When you first
Yeah.
started, you were really
I
skinny.
played I was playing football and I was 175, bro.
Yeah, yeah, that's skinny for you. Damn.
Yeah, at this height. So I mean, I just
Yeah.
like this long, lanky slank.
Yeah, you're like a flagpole.
But bro, I can catch that football, baby. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, yeah, for real.
I can catch it. You can throw it so hard as you could. I catch it every time.
The slant going
Yeah,
deep.
dude, I loved playing football. It was I remember I went and did a college visit at Wilmington before I went to basic training, and that was the only place that I tried to really go to for football. And but it was a private school, so I'd have to pay out of pocket, and I couldn't use the GI Bill for
Mhm.
100%. I would have to pay 20% of it. And I was
Right.
just like, man, I don't think it's even worth playing football for a couple years and going in debt. So
No,
I
it's not
just
worth
yeah,
it.
so I just didn't play anymore, man. Like
Yes.
I made first team all league in football, was homecoming king. I was all state honorable mention or special mention, whatever they want to call it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was such a fun time, bro. I loved playing football. It was an awesome time.
I love football, man. I can't. It's funny because I love baseball playing it, but I can't stand watching it on TV. Like I still follow football. Like I'm from New England, so I love the Patriots, but I can't stand it. It's a great sport, man. I miss playing it. I wish I would have like played that instead of in baseball in high school.
Yeah.
I don't know. I fell for the baseball trap.
I feel like guys now they're kind of picking one sport and they're just doing that in high school now. They're not playing multiple sports. But where I was from, bro, we had such a small town and a small class. There wasn't even 100 people that graduated in my class, and we only had three guys in the senior basketball. My senior year was me, Nathan Hodson, and Caleb McKinney was our basketball players. Our football players, I think we had like 8 or 9 guys. We didn't have enough to play, 11. You know what I
Where are
mean?
you from? Ohio?
Yeah, Washington Courthouse, very small town. And
Oh, yeah.
Some of my friends, they ended up getting suspended my senior year, so that took 3 people off the football team. But we didn't have 20 seniors playing football. I mean, we had a class
Yeah.
of 100 or less, so
Right.
all the guys weren't even playing football. So,
That's how I was too, dude. We had my graduating class was like 70 kids.
oh yeah, and then the
Yeah.
baseball team, there wasn't many seniors on the baseball team either. I mean, just a
Yeah.
very small class.
Yeah,
So,
that's how we were too. Luckily, we had like all of our sports teams. I mean, our basketball was huge. Like we were very good at basketball, but other than that, dude, the rest of our sports were awful, dude. And like it was the same. Like literally, some games we would have like 8 kids. Like we'd be like missing a left fielder. Like it's bad, dude. It's just sports in Florida is just I realize is so much like more competitive than up north.
oh,
Especially like baseball, football. I mean, I don't know about basketball, but anything I feel like to do outside Florida is so much bigger than up north. Because I
yeah.
mean, dude, the year the freaking ground's covered in snow. Like you can't
Yeah, I don't
really.
know why anybody wants to live up there, but
No,
they
it
do.
was awful. I would never go back in a million years. Even if
Nah,
you paid, I wouldn't go back.
me neither. I'll keep the heat. Yesterday was like the nicest day we had here in Vegas in a while, and today was sun was out, but it still had like a little chill factor to it. But hopefully, it starts to get a little bit warmer because I'm hating all this cold weather out here. I feel like this is like the longest winter we've had in a couple of years.
It's depressing. That cold weather makes me depressed. I can't do it, dude. I have to have sunshine. Like
Yeah,
I,
I think that's one of the reasons why I didn't like Ohio too, because I lived in Columbus, but I just like, dude, every day I looked outside, like there was no sun, it was just cloudy, and I'm like, dude, I got to get out of here.
yeah, I can't do it, man. I gotta have that sunshine and just the warmth, dude. I can't do it.
I like wearing shorts and t-shirts every day and tank tops.
Yeah, oh, same here. Dude, you know, down here, bro, I don't have to wear a pump cover to the gym. You're just walking in a
A
freaking
pump
stringer.
cover, a
You don't need
t-shirt.
one. You just walk in a freaking stringer, dude.
Bro,
Literally.
you need to get one of these, bro. This is a
Yeah, I was
sweat
gonna ask, what is
cut
that? That's a
off.
sweet.
Yeah, I ordered it
What is
off.
it?
I think I ordered off a
NPC.
T. Yeah, it's an NPC shirt. I ordered it off of T Michael, I think. I can't
Okay,
remember
yeah,
if I
I
got
like
it
that.
off T Michael or if I got it at a bodybuilding show, but I think it was T. I don't know if you know what T Michael is, but they have a bunch of like the crazy wear pants, and they
Crazy
have,
wear. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, they have the Gold's Gym stringers, the World Gym
Okay.
stringers. They have big they're called like rag tops or something, like bigger tops. They have all kinds of like bodybuilding clothes. It's called T
Yeah.
Michael. Not
Okay.
sponsored, but I'll
Yeah,
plug them.
yeah, right. Plug the code.
I used to order all kinds of stuff when I first started
Yeah.
coaching. I saw them one day I was just searching stuff on Google, and I kept buying. They had like these things called like 3 packs or something, and you just click like, you want a double XL, and they just send you 3 random shirts, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, I want to check it out because I noticed that. I'm like, huh, I was looking at your shirt and I like how it's cut off like that. It's like it'd be a good like leg day shirt too.
Yeah, I have a one that's royal blue. It says T Michael and has like the T Michael cartoon character on it.
Okay. Yeah, that's I like it. It's nice.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We got some more questions here. Out it says out of the basic exercises, what are the best workouts you can do for your legs? So I guess assuming they're referring to quad training, but I guess we could answer for quad training first.
Um, I think the barbell squat is a really good overall exercise. I feel like if you can only pick one exercise for your legs and you went in and you just did, you know, excuse me, a heavy set of 20 barbell squats and you just train to failure, I
Right.
think that's all you need to do for your legs, man. If
Yeah,
that's the
I
only
agree.
option. I mean, there's so many different leg exercises you can do. I guess find ones that you feel the best and do those.
Mhm.
But yeah, I remember
Yeah,
some of my hardest leg days were just squatting at the end of my workout, one set to failure, and it's
yeah, yeah.
brutal.
Terrible. It's a great pump. And I mean, I agree there because I mean the barbell squat, I mean, you're hitting your quad, you're hitting your adductor, and you're hitting your glute, like and you're hitting a little bit of hammy. So it's like it's literally just a total leg builder. So I agree. If you literally had, you're training at a garage, you're training in a gym, you're training anywhere, you're training in your backyard. If you have a barbell, you can grow legs.
That's
If you
my
have a
favorite.
barbell, you can grow legs because you can do lunges, you can do barbell squats, you can do hip thrusts, you can do
Yeah.
RDLs. I mean,
Yeah, you can do those Jeffersons. You ever seen those?
Jefferson squats, yeah, Kai
Yeah,
Green.
those are cool too. Those are different. I learned that from my buddy Kyron. Ironically, when I told you about that first bodybuilding show I went to, he
Uh,
ended up winning that show in his class.
okay, okay,
Yeah, he was
yeah,
a
it's
light,
awesome.
he was
Kai
a
Green.
light, he was a lightweight bodybuilder. Kyra, his name was Kyra Moses, lightweight or middleweight.
Okay.
Yeah, he ended up being in my wedding too. Good dude. I really like him.
In your first wedding?
Yeah. Oh, I wasn't married twice, boys. I only married once.
Okay. Your only wedding. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Were you
So yeah,
married
I
in
saw this
Vegas or in
guy.
Ohio?
Huh?
Were you married in Vegas or in Ohio?
Oh, in Ohio. When I
Oh,
remember I saw him and I was like, man, this guy looks good. And like his transitions, like he would do like a little shimmy when he would like do his quarter turns. And I'm
yeah.
like, oh man, this guy's got some like style or whatever.
There's
And
some swag
so
up there.
then, like a year later, I saw him at the gym and we ended up linking up. And he used to be my massage therapist and everything. We became good friends. We used to go out to eat and stuff all the time. And yeah, then he was in my wedding.
Oh, I love it,
Yeah, I
bro.
haven't spoke to him in years since I moved, but he ended up winning the like NGA World's Natural Bodybuilding
Really?
contest.
Yeah.
So he was like the overall like champion of like the natural
Yeah,
bodybuilders
yeah.
in that league. Yeah.
Huh. Well, that's impressive.
Yeah. Looked
But
really good.
yeah, back to the training. I would say if you have access to full equipment, I mean, like you said, any exercise that you can stabilize yourself and you can just literally just get strong as fuck in. Like anything that you can just get strong in that you can perform in a hypertrophy rep range and just train like a freak, I would say use. So if that's a hack squat, pendulum, I mean, they got all these accessories now, like a pendulum squat, hip press, they got all these different exercises, but I mean, stick to the basics and just, I would say rep range, 6 to 10 reps and just fucking train like your life depends on it. And that's how you can grow some legs.
Yeah. They have
But
there's another, I think it's a hip press. It's like the leg press. It's made by Hammer Strength, and it's one that goes straight out like this in front of you, not at an angle.
yeah, hip press.
Yeah, that machine will fire up your legs, and you
Uh,
don't need tons of weight, and you can
no.
hook a band on it too.
Yeah. No, I have one at my gym right down the road here. They put one in and it's solid, man. And you
Yeah,
can hook, like you said, hook the bands on there for a different resistance profile. It's really good.
right.
But all right, let's see.
Let's do one more.
Okay. I want to pick the best one out of here.
Okay.
Um, let's see. There's a couple that were kind of like repeat from last week, so let me see if I can find a good one. I mean, this one's pretty good. Let's see. How many sets should you do in a training session if you're trying to get bigger, grow muscle?
So that's a
It's kind of a hard question to answer,
that's a
but
question because I feel like if you're new to training, I feel like volume should be higher because you got to learn how to do the exercises. So the volume, maybe 15 or 20 sets if you're trying to, when you're first getting into the gym. But I feel like as you progress in your training, that the sets should get condensed because the intensity should be higher. So you've already built the connection with the muscle. It should be like 1 or 2 warm-up sets, and then you're doing 1 set to failure and you move on to the other exercise. You're already warmed up. 1 set to failure, so maybe like 6 to 9 sets total.
yeah, I agree. I was going to say like 10 at the most. Yeah, I agree. I was going to say 10 at the most. And I mean, it's just about like how you structure your workouts too, right? If you go into a push day and you're hitting chest, shoulder, and try, I mean, there's literally no way. I mean, unless you want to be in the gym for 4 hours, how are you going to hit 10 sets to failure for each muscle group? You literally can't. So that's when like realizing, okay, I have 6 failure sets for my chest, my shoulder, and my try. That's it for the whole workout. Like you got to kind of put your mind into your sets. Say, okay, if I have 1 or 2 sets today for my chest to get better with this exercise, like I have to really focus and fucking work hard.
Well, even you can pick 4 chest exercises, do 1 set to all those on to failure in a certain rep range, and then, pick another 2 exercises or do the same exercise and do, 2 higher rep sets with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that could be all that it could be all that you need because you've already trained it to failure, multiple different angles, like flat, you're doing
incline, flat,
crossover, an incline. I don't really see like when I see people doing, 2 or 3 different preacher curl machines in the same workout, I'm like,
yeah, it's like all the bicep
how many
trains.
preacher curls you gonna do, man?
Right.
Like,
Yeah. It's like,
you don't need to do 12 sets of preacher curls.
right. I agree. Yeah, just hitting it at the different angles, man, and just really like focusing and like if you don't have a training log, man, I really think that a lot of people are making a mistake. If you don't have some way to track your progress, like how do you really know that you're actually growing? I mean, obviously, if you're in a calorie surplus, like you're gonna, look bigger and fuller, but are you really growing if you're not getting stronger?
Right.
I feel like that's the one way to gauge it
Yeah,
is
but
getting stronger.
you can get bigger muscles without technically getting stronger because
Right.
I mean, you get stronger based on the rep ranges that you train too. So like you can see like guys that are 180 pounds that can do, that can squat 1,000 pounds or 900 pounds, but that don't mean they have like big legs.
Right, right. I mean, in a certain hypertrophy, I meant like in a certain hypertrophy rep range with perfect form. I mean, if you're having perfect form in a hypertrophy rep range, and each week you're either like adding a little bit of weight or adding a rep, I mean, you're growing. You have
Right,
to.
right,
There's no
right.
way around it. If you're recovering and you're eating enough food to grow, I mean, there's no way around growth there. So that's why I believe so much, and I'll have all my clients like track their list, and I'm on them about it. And I'll look at their logs and be like, all right, you missed last week, Tuesday and Friday, you didn't track your numbers. So like, that's not ideal. Like you have to it's literally so tedious, man. I feel in the off season, if you're trying to get bigger, it's freaking tedious, bro. You got to be methodical and almost be like kind of a robot in the gym a little bit.
Right. Yep, I agree with that. So,
But
all right, guys. Well, until next time, keep on slanking, baby.
I'm slanking.
You already know what it is.
Yeah, buddy.